Hello, Dawgpound South campers. This is the Cleveland Browns Dawgpound South podcast, part of the Fanatical L's Network, part of the Fans First Sports Network. I'm your host, Steve Gill. Well, it's been an eventful start to Browns training camp, to say the least. Um, Starting off, first news conference, you find out players are hurt that you didn't know were hurt. Two, Greg Newsome and Delvin Tomlinson had surgery. Well, Newsome had already had the hamstring surgery. I'm not too worried about Newsome. They have quite a few corners. Now, if another one gets hurt, if Emerson or Denzel get hurt during training camp, then I'm going to be a little worried. But Cam Mitchell, the rookies, the second-year guys, they have good depth. Delvin Tomlinson, man, he is your number one defensive tackle. He's a guy he plays 65, 70% of the snaps. That's a little concerning, but it's only a scope. It's not surgery. And he should be back before the first game starts. He should be back and get a little practice and training camp in too. But it gives Michael Hall, who we heard from yesterday, love that draft pick. It also gives Siaka Ika some reps, and it gives Briggs some reps. So that's good. Other interesting stuff that came out that I haven't talked about yet, Amari Cooper signing essentially a one-year deal, which is kind of confusing, especially when he was interviewed about it. He said he wanted to stay with the Cleveland Browns. He would love to be back. And in his words, if it ain't broke. So basically what they did was they converted about a little over, 18.79 million of his base salary into a signing bonus. And they added 2 additional void years. And basically it cleared out a little more than $50 million in cap space. The Browns have like 29.6 in cap space now. Like I've been saying, I do not think they're going to restructure Deshaun Watson's contract this year. They don't need to unless they want to get enough money to roll over into next year. That's the whole thing. That's what Andrew Berry in the front office does. They roll money over into next year so they have more money, more cash, more cap room. But unless they want to do that, I really don't see them doing it. But now a lot in the media were talking about how by a certain date, if it's voided before a certain date next year, they're going to have a $22.5 million dead cap hit. No, basically what they did, the way they structured it, the salary rolls from 2025 to 2028, the extra void years, and they have designated that if need be, and they have to void the contract before that date, he will be designated as a June 1st cut, which means it's going to be spread over 2 years, 25 and 26. 25 cap hit would be, dead money hit would be 7.5 million, and in 2026 it would be 15 million. These guys are brilliant when it comes to writing contracts. That's all I got to say. They are smart. They've got Zadarius Smith back at their price. Njoku wanted to be traded. He's happy. Got him at his price. Kareem Hunt held out for a little bit 1 year. He came back. They got him at their price. All right. So what else has happened? Injuries lately. A lot of interviews. I listened to every interview, and by the way, I'm enjoying the video. Thank you, beat writers, for providing it. Let's take a quick break. So who does not like the videos? I love all the videos, and I love all the interviews. Yesterday, Dee and Jimmy were, and that's why I said, because, I live in the South, and Jimmy. And it's like Tim Couch. Down here, we call him Timmy. And so they talked a lot of A lot of stuff was made up about Deshaun Watson's comment about not listening to the bull hockey. I take that as a guy who is concentrating on playing. That's all he's interested in, is playing, is winning, is playing for the city of Cleveland and their fans, Browns fans, your fans. That's what I take it as. I don't take it as anything else. And the Haslams are the same way. They feel that he's just being him. So that's good. Number two, stadium. Talked a little. Jimmy addressed a little bit about the stadium yesterday. He wants it to be what the fans want. So that tells me Brook Park. So the politicians in Cleveland need to get over it and move on, and let's just get this thing started. He's going to need, now a lot of people are saying, well, we don't want to pay, the people, taxpayers shouldn't pay. Well, I hate to tell you this, taxpayers have to pay. Because if you're going to build this giant thing, this giant complex, Jimmy World, you're going to have infrastructure. Guess what? Streets, exits, stop lights, you name it, you're going to have it. And guess what? You're going to have to build it. The state has pledged, I think, $500 million, which is basically what they gave him when they built the soccer stadium down in Columbus. But this is going to require a little more. Don't worry, Jimmy will get a little more. The politicians in Cleveland will finally come around and play nice, and this stadium will get built. It'll be a dome stadium. There'll be hotels. There'll be shops and restaurants, and of course parking. That's where Jimmy gonna make some money. You're gonna make it on parking. So something like $50 million a year is for parking if he builds enough parking spaces, and they'll design the infrastructure so it's in and out easy. So don't worry about that. So finally, what I'd like to talk about, and I've been watching all the videos. Has everyone else noticed that Deshaun Watson is throwing every day? Every day. And he doesn't appear to be on a pitch count, which is good. That means, hopefully, that means that he will play in 2 out of the 3 preseason games. Bring him in the first game for a series. That's all you got to do. I believe last year he played in the last one in Kansas City. I may be mistaken. I'll have to go back and look. But I'm pretty sure he did. The second one, he's not going to play because they scrimmage. The Vikings and all the starters will scrimmage. And then when the game comes up, it'll be all backups. That's the way Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry work. They've worked that way in the past. What somebody does in the past, they're going to continue to do. So I would hope that he would start the first preseason game, and then the Seattle game, the Seahawk game out in Seattle at that ungodly hour. I would like to see him play at least a quarter. Keep Myles Garrett out, keep key players out. I wouldn't even play Amari Cooper. I really wouldn't. You're going to need Cedric Tillman to get some more reps. Thrash, the draft pick. I mean, Njoku, I wouldn't play him either. Sorry, I'd rather have these guys ready for Dallas. And by the way, quarterbacks are starting to get paid again. Tua got paid, and Jordan Love, that contract makes no sense. So I wonder how Dak is feeling down there in Dallas. He's going to want some money, Jimmy. So anyway, that's it for today. I just wanted to cover a few things happening at the beginning of training camp. It's going to be great to see more video. I live for these videos. I'm not in Cleveland, so I don't get the news about the Browns here. I have to get it off social media. And I just love the crap out of the videos. So great job by the beat writers. Keep showing them. And that makes me very, very happy. So That's it for today. This has been the Cleveland Browns Dawgpound South podcast, part of the Fanatical Ales Network, part of the Fans First Sports Network. And as I always say, we are just fans like you. So thank you for subscribing, for listening, for watching, and for following. We love the Browns like you love the Browns. So everybody, have a great day. Go Browns.